Dead food performance. Who's playing well? Nobody. Can Liverpool beat Fulham? Obviously not. Fulham versus Liverpool match reaction and player ratings. Here we go, people.
Shout out to Kop-Ish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
All the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that, guys. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kop-Ish.
Yeah, we're back. Big up everyone. Welcome. Make sure you're smashing that like button on the way in. Fulham 3, Liverpool 2. And Matt, I know obviously like a lot of people are here and they're thinking that we're fresh here. No, we've been doing a watch along, so we've already aired out a lot of our grievances during the watch along.
Yeah.
If you weren't on a watch along with us, why weren't you there? But yeah, talk to me, bro.
I done the preview with Carl, and I said I'm not worried about Fulham. I said Fulham are good, but I'm come back this game. I think we'll beat them. I said I think we'll win. I think I said 2-1 or 3-1. I said in the preview. I had no idea whatsoever that our defenders were just going to turn into a bunch of bozos. People will say Ibu's a bozo or he has a bozo gene. Can't defend him right this second, but I don't think it's a bozo. But he had an absolute clanger of a game. But then so does his crime partner, Virgil van Dijk. And so did Robbo as well. Curtis Jones got better as the game went on. But my word. Me personally, I think the defense are tired. Because when people can criticize Konate all they like, I will need you to have the same energy for Virgil. Virgil allowed that number 9 look like Prima 9 today. Virgil was getting a bit muscled and whatnot. And that touch from, what's his name? Rodrigo. What's his name again? Rodrigo Munoz. Is that his name?
Munoz, yeah.
Munoz, yeah. Plucked the ball out the sky, flicked it over Virgil's head, basically. Can't be doing that. You just can't be. That can't be happening. Both of them were in a lot of trouble today. Virgil
didn't get bodied by him. It was a brilliant piece of skill that made Virgil look silly.
Virgil was getting out muscled. We have to have the conversation. He was, bro. I'm telling you.
I will say that what he was doing was being very clumsy, and I wouldn't say he was getting bodied. Getting bodied means you're getting pushed all over the place.
Bro, there were times when Munoz was going for Jules in the air. Virgil wasn't winning them. He wasn't winning them, bro. Honestly,
I don't really remember Virgil losing aerial duels to Munoz. It was more along the ground.
He lost a few. And what I'm saying is the Chuckle Brothers. they were exactly the same, except for one.
He made Virgil look stupid with the goal, with a bit of skill and whatnot. But he didn't get bodied. Like if we're gonna describe it, we have to at least describe it properly.
Bro, there were times the game
he got embarrassed. He didn't get bodied.
I'm not talking about that moment, Drift. You're getting it confused.
So what? So when else did he?
When they were going for a lot of 50-50s in the air, Virgil was not always the winner, bro. He was getting bodied in a few, bro.
I still losing an aerial duel isn't bodied. Like we're using the wrong terminology.
Even out muscle, but even a ball gets played. Virgil's getting a bit out muscled, bro. Virgil, why are we defending Virgil? I don't get it.
I'm not defending him. We're just using the wrong terminology.
All right, I tell you what. Look, we won't go too far into it, but what I'll try and do to make it fair at least is I'll look at their dual success for Ibu and Virgil, because I thought they were both it's like carbon copy of the same player.
They were both crap.
Yeah, like it just so happens that Virgil looked a little bit better because he had a bit more playing time. But at that same time when Konate got taken off, I said he's been terrible. And I thought Virgil been terrible as well. And I said Robbo. I said those three were the worst. Curtis Jones, believe it or not, I know Curtis Jones for the first goal, it was stupid. Like the ball just came off his thigh and he didn't even know how to react. Yeah. But Curtis kind of grew into the game a little bit, even when he went into midfield. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't think Curtis was as bad as the other lot. Don't get me started on Robert. I said it on Big Up for the people that didn't join us on Big Up Jiff. I said this: leave the game before the game leaves you. That's all I'm going to say about Robbo. I've been quite vocal about it. People think I pick on Robbo, but I don't know, bro. I don't know where to go right now, if I'm being honest. I'm just really, really frustrated that it was individual errors. We weren't outclassed by Fulham. They didn't play us off the park. And I just thought if we hold our own and we just do what we need to do, we'll win this game. Because look what happened when we scored a couple of goals. What did Fulham have to offer really other than the one shot that Kelleher made?
Nothing. It was all individual mistakes. We literally gave them all 3 of their goals. So annoying. So annoying.
Bruv. Honestly. Losing to Fulham, you know.
So annoying.
Arsenal bodied Fulham, you know.
No, they didn't, bro. That's what I'm saying. They didn't actually body them.
No, but I watched the whole game. I know. All right. Fulham had a chance.
It was just a terrible game.
But no. Mm-mm.
If Fulham actually had anything about them, they would have actually drawn with Arsenal. They actually messed up 2 really good opportunities in the game where they should have got a draw out of the game. So Arsenal didn't bad them up. But I mean, we don't really care what Arsenal do to them anyway. So, you know what I mean? But yeah, Arsenal didn't bad them up.
Virgil van Dijk. He contested 4 duels and won 1. Aerial duels, he contested 6 and lost 3. Kanate. Ground duels, he contested 5, won 3. Aerial duels, contested 5 and won 2. The Chuckle Brothers, both of them. What worries me, Drift, is this fatigue. Does this because I'm not gonna go too far and say this goes into next season, but I am gonna say, should we be worried that they're just gonna be like this until the end of the season, and there's nothing that we can do about it because we haven't got replacements?
Maybe.
Where do we go?
I mean, like I said, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm just taking what I've seen so far, and I'm paying attention to the chat as much as possible. I normally like to do my analysis without paying attention to what anyone else says, so that I'm giving my opinion.
Yeah, of course.
I'm not subconsciously letting things.
Yeah, try not to. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but obviously it's been a little bit difficult to avoid the chat so far, based on just me being a little bit drawn into the amount of negativity. Like, I know we lost the game, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But this negativity was there even when we won against Everton. Yes, the performance wasn't great, but we won the game and it was still this level of negativity. So I just want to ask this question to our community and to anyone here who isn't even maybe you're new to the channel, whatever. I just need you to explain something to me. Do you have an overwhelming need for negativity that when you get it, or when you get the opportunity for it, you jump onto it like a leech? Because I'm confused at the crash out. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Let's just try and put this in perspective. I'm gonna try and be the level-headed one here. Yeah, you're about to win the league.
Mm-hmm.
Are you really at the end of the season gonna crash out on people who have got us to the point where we're on the verge of winning our 20th league title and start saying things about these people not being good enough? Like, you can be upset, you can be annoyed, you can be frustrated in a moment. But if I'm hearing things like, get rid of this guy isn't good enough. Guys, a little bit of poor form towards the end of the season, but the overall aim of the season has still been that our objective is still gonna be met. Like, come on, man. Come on. Like, what are we doing here? Let's actually put a little bit of common sense into this. You know what I mean? Yes, you can be upset. Yes, you can be emotional in the moment. But what I'm seeing isn't people talking about the moment, which is why I'm not having it when people go, oh, we're allowed to be angry, Drift. but you're not being angry about today. I'm seeing, watch next season. We're finishing 12th. These are the things I'm seeing in the chat. This is the end, guys. Enjoy it while it lasts. What are we doing here? What the fuck is going on? A couple bad performances, and all of a sudden we're going to be trash next year now. What the fuck? Like, what? Is it just me, Matt? Tell me. Comment, bro. You know I'm willing to accept if I'm wrong. Tell me, is it just me or is this just ridiculous? The crash out, slot out is not good enough. This is why we shouldn't be giving contracts to Mo and Virgil. We're going to be dead next year. Watch. This is all I'm seeing is all in the chat, bro.
I'll say this person.
Like, bro, what's going on? I'm not going to lie, chat. You're going to make me crash out on you because it's actually weird. It's weird, guys. Come on, man. Like, what are we doing?
Although,
like,
you said it's going to be a level-headed one. So I better do it. You said you're going to be a level-headed one. Now you're saying you're going to crash out in the chat, bro.
Yeah, no, but that's good. No, I'm being level-headed about Liverpool. But the chat, I'm going to crash out in the chat because I'm trying to get everybody to have a little bit of understanding that they're going too far and this is ridiculous. Now, this is actually ridiculous, bro.
Let me say
we're going to be shit next season because we've had a couple bad games.
But some people obviously going overboard. Like,
we're about to win the league. Jesus.
On bigger.
Yeah,
there are a lot of people
that
were still. There's a few people.
What am I seeing?
But I feel like I don't feel like I think they're just looking to troll, bro. Like, no one really thinks slot out, bro. Only maybe like very few minority. Nah, they don't, bro. They don't.
I think they do.
You don't listen. In my opinion, you don't win a league and you lose a game like this, like, you know, so close to the end of the season and you're about to win the league and then you start saying manager out. It don't work like that. What people are annoyed about, though, is our performances for the last how many months just haven't been of a standard where you would think that wasn't the beginning of the season where we were doing that or the middle of the season. So I think people are disappointed and allowed to be frustrated because they're like, well, it's just us now, because it feels like, you know, even around December, November, October, we were playing really good football, and all of a sudden, like, the drop-off is quite dramatic in terms of what we're used to. And now people are thinking, well, was that just a great purple patch? And now this is the true representation of Liverpool? I don't think so. And I think a lot of people maybe...
How could that even be true?
No, of course. But what it is, though, is that...
3/4 of a season is not a purple patch.
No. If I'm being honest, in terms of performances, I wouldn't say it's been 3/4 of a season. No. I'd say it's been about just over half a season of actual really, really, really good performances. Not results, just performances. There's a difference.
Yeah, but the results have still been there. Slot's first season.
No, I know.
Getting used to everything. It's not going to be perfect.
Listen to what I'm saying. I don't think anyone's really slot out, personally. I think some people are trolling. Because they're just being like, how can you lose 2 games in the Premier League and just be like, slot out? Come on, we know this. We know that's not the case.
Either they're trolling or... No, I don't think they're trolling. I think they're serious. I've seen the same people saying it a lot as well. I don't think they're...
Like, I fully get it if we were in 6th place and, like, we needed to win today to get into the top 5 to guarantee Champions League or something. Then I hear it. We're about to win the league. Ain't no one really slot out here, in my opinion. If you're really slot out, put a 1 in the chat. What's this? No, hold on. No disrespect, Matt, but you thought we would wash Fulham. I said I wasn't worried about Fulham. Where this is... Let me try my hardest not to crash out on that person. In the preview, I literally said, Cal kept saying, Matt, you're not really not worried, are you? I said, no, I'm not worried. I'm calm about it. I said, I don't think Fulham are crap. I just think if we play our game, we'll beat Fulham. Am I not allowed to say that? Where have our standards gone? But what? So because we lost to Fulham, that makes you now feel vindicated. This is exactly what Jeff's talking about, you know, with the negativity.
Just waiting for something
it's
to
like you're waiting for some vindication. That's crazy. What are we doing here?
It's come on, guys, man. Literally just waiting for an excuse to go, I've told you, or like just... Why do you want to be negative when we're going to win the league? I'm confused. Yeah, you can be annoyed in the moment.
You can criticize.
It's like you want to crash out and be angry in general. And we're going to win the fucking league. I'm confused. I'm so confused, but anyway.
I'm really confused about some people in this chat. I really
Mad.
am baffled.
It's mad.
Like, I don't know. Yeah, maybe I'm responding to some trolls, Ruben. Maybe there's just trolls.
But yeah, being annoyed
What?
about this.
Hold on,
game,
wait. What this person say? What this person say? Wait there. What's this? Hold on, Jeff. One second. I mean, if you talk stuff on YouTube and get called out on it. Should I respond to that, Drift, or should I not respond to that?
Not really. There's no need.
Oh man, I'm not gonna lie. Go and enjoy your Sunday, big man.
By the looks of it, there's a large portion of the chat that would prefer to see Slot giving his marching orders in the summer.
This is crazy.
We must be Real Madrid now. Manager who wins the league gets sacked.
Matt, you did this to yourself. I know they're trolling me now. This is the thing. I'm not saying nothing. You trolls are too.
I think that's probably. I think that. Are people sticking it on you because you said that we'll comfortably beat Fulham and we've lost? Is that what it is?
I said I'm not worried about Fulham. I didn't say that they're crap. I didn't say, this is. I just said I'm comfortable with Fulham. I said, in my opinion, we should be beating Fulham. I said this Fulham team just lost to Arsenal. I watched the whole performance. I said they're going to be more aggressive. That will leave space for us to attack. I did not predict that all of our defenders were going to pull in clangers, bro. It's mad.
Anyway,
it's mad. But let's not get caught up in that thing.
And
let's not get caught up in them thing there.
Let's just hope we beat West Ham and get back on track, eh?
Do you know what I mean? What's this? I'm seeing. You know what? Yeah. Should we just go player ratings, Drift?
Yeah. Let's go.
Let's just go player ratings.
Remember, Ibu during the week did say as well. It's not an excuse in any way, shape, or form, but Ibu said it. He said they can always tell how much more ham players and teams go when they play us. That was Fulham's cup final today, home game against Liverpool. You look you see how happy they were at the end of the game. You thought that they won a cup or something. Won a cup game, yeah, bruv. It was crazy how excited they were. Why were they so happy for a victory over Liverpool? Because playing Liverpool, beating the champions is like your cup final, isn't it? So big up to them, man.
Madness. Now, big up the real ones in the chat. You know who you are. You get me? Big up the real ones. Don't know about some of these fake ones in the chat. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't take the bait though. Right. Let's start with Kelleher. What we saying for Kelleher, bro?
And I could see a couple of people saying Fulham are chasing Champions League football. That's why they're excited. Guys, Fulham know they ain't getting Champions League football.
Fulham are not getting Champions League football, bro. What are we doing here?
Fulham ain't getting no Champions League.
But
maybe the Conference League they might might think they can still get.
Man
said they ain't getting no Champions League football, guys. Come on, don't be silly. In what world are Fulham going to qualify for the Champions League?
No, but Jeff, here's the killer. If they actually done a miracle, they'll say, I told you so. Even though logically, because you look at the other teams are better than them, you wouldn't put Fulham there. Bro, that's what I'm saying. People are waiting, bro.
Fulham aren't even getting close to Champions League football. Come on, man. Let's be serious. The fact that the teams above them are Chelsea, City, Villa, and Newcastle just lets you know Fulham aren't getting Champions League football. Maybe they might be able to get Europe of some kind, but they ain't getting no Champions League football. Come on, man. Let's not be silly. Anyway.
Yeah. What we saying for Kelleher, bro? What we saying for Kelleher?
Seven. 6.5.
Oh, you sure, Jeff? Remember some of the goals that went straight through it? All right, so the first one...
only the third goal went straight through him. I don't think he was at fault for the other two.
The deflected one, I guess he couldn't have done nothing about. And the other one, what was the other one?
It was the first one. It was just like a well-hit shot from like the penalty area.
Oh.
The one that ricocheted back off of Jones. And he just volleyed it in. I don't really think you can blame Kelleher for that. I'll go somewhere between the 6 and the 7. So 6, 6.5, 7. He's somewhere in there.
I would have put him lower.
Caught a few good crosses. Distribution was decent. Made a couple of good shots, saves. Yeah, somewhere between 6 and 7. Somewhere. That's what I would go.
Bro, I'll probably say 5.5.
Give him a 6 then.
All right, we'll give him a 6, but yeah, it couldn't have been a 7 in my opinion anyway.
I don't think the 3 goals were really his fault, but yeah.
All right, we're gonna get on to one of the players where it was his fault for the first goal. We're gonna get on to Curtis Jones, bro. Remember when the ball got played across and it just came off his thigh and he just acted like he didn't
Yeah,
know,
but to be honest with you, I feel like that was the only thing bad that he did. I'm not saying he was great in the game, but I feel like that was the only thing he did that was bad. I'll probably give him a 6.
He got better as the game went on, and he obviously, do you know what I mean?
I'll probably give Jones a 6. When he moved into midfield, I think he was quite comfortable as well. Helped the ball to tick over. I'll go 6 for him. He is playing very unorthodox when he's at right back. I'll go 6.
I thought he was average, personally. He only got better in midfield. So like I would have given him a midfield like a 6, but I would have given his defending like I don't think he was that good, you know, bro. Because even Iwobi, I kept on saying, remember, Iwobi was sending him. When I say sending him, like,
No,
Iwobi,
bro. Iwobi didn't get past him. He just had that one time he cut inside and shot, but it's not like he was skinning him up or anything like that.
Months, let's not do that because then we got to speak about Virgil. So yeah, big up Months. What are we saying? All right, you're saying 6.
Yeah.
Remember, it's part of the back four that conceded 3 goals, you know, Juice.
Yeah, but he was the best out of all 4 defenders.
He was the best out of the 3 other defenders. But
imagine that he's not actually a defender, and he's the one who had the better defensive performance out of all the that makes sense. So I'm giving him some grace to the fact that he's not even a right back, and then he played well when he went into midfield. So that's why I'm giving him a 6. He was above average for me.
All right, then. What are we saying for Ibu?
3.
Is he an awful or poor?
Well, he's in poor for me because he's a 3.
Sorry, I read it wrong.
I wouldn't go as far as to say he was awful.
I thought it was poor. I wouldn't say awful, but yeah.
But it weren't good. It weren't
I don't know
good.
about Jones is a 6, you know. But anyway, we move. Virgil.
Put him right next to Ibu.
Chuckle Brothers.
3 again.
They were the Chuckle Brothers.
He probably actually gets a slightly higher mark than Ibu, but he played longer, so he had the chance to redeem himself a little bit more. Because when the substitutions are made, Virgil actually played better, but Ibu was part of the substitution, so he was off at that point. So I'll probably put him just above Ibu, but they're still both poor. Shocking. I don't know what they were doing today. I really don't.
Monts, you don't want to have that uncomfortable conversation, no? I hear it, Monts. I hear it, Monts. You don't want to talk about VVD. I hear it. Pick up Monts as well. Monts tries to stir the plate, you know. Robbo.
2.
Was he awful or poor?
I'll still say he's in the poor. I don't know if I'd go as far as to say awful, but he's flirting with it. Because if he was awful, then because here's the thing, yeah. As bad as a few of the moments were from Robbo today, I don't think if he hadn't made the mistake that led to the goal, he would have stood out as much. That is the mistake for me that's making him stand out. Like if he didn't do that part, wouldn't you have overall said that there wasn't that much wrong with him today? But it's just because it was such a catastrophic mistake. It's
Bro,
really
someone just
standing
said
out.
he made 3 errors that led to 1 goal. No,
Yeah, he did. No,
bro,
but what
I
I'm
can't.
saying is, I think that's the part mainly skewing everyone's opinion on him today. If you take that moment away, was he actually as bad as some of the other players? Like, that moment is a massive moment, but it's still only 20 seconds in a football match.
Do you know
right?
what, Rob? All right. Do you know the best way to describe Robbo? Error prone and overlaps.
What you mean, as in he needs to start overlapping, or he does
No,
it too
that's
much?
what he does. He'll overlap. Remember, he got the cross.
I don't think he does overlap, bro, because we've been
He does. He done
complaining
the
that,
cross,
Diaz
remember?
and
Remember, he done.
Gakpo don't get a lot of
No, remember, he does overlap. Remember, he done the overlap that led to. Remember the cross that came in and was like, that's a good cross.
Oh,
remember?
you're just talking about today. I thought you were generalizing Robbo. Sorry. Oh, okay. Because in today's game, yeah, he did a couple of overlaps, but generally speaking, we've been saying that he hasn't been overlapping.
But he does kind of overlap sometimes. It's just that his passing is shocking at times. He just overlap him error prone.
All I'm saying is, me
Let me know if
personally,
you agree, chat.
I personally think that Virgil and Ibu had worse games than Robbo. Robbo's moment was just the worst moment of the match. That's how I'm looking at it. I think the individual mistake from Robbo that led to the 3rd goal, like you said, it was 3 mistakes in one. It was absolutely shocking. But apart from that, I think he was better than Virgil and Ibu.
We'll just leave him in there, We'll leave him in Paul.
That's my opinion. I think that I mean, but again, it's all crap.
Yeah. Oh boy. All right, that's the back 4. Midfield, we'll go with Gravenberch first. What are we saying for Gravenberch? He went to centre back. He went to a full centre back and a full 6 as well. He's trying to do
I
it all.
don't know what he was having to do.
I don't even know what he was doing. I don't really. I thought Gravenberch was okay. I don't think he was crap. Like, it was all right. I'll say he was a 5, personally. He was average.
Considering how well he did when he went into centre back, I'll go 6 for Gravenberch.
You're giving that high?
Yeah, because remember, you say that high, it's only above average. 6 is above average.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? I'm just giving him above average. I'm not saying he was good or he was great. I'm just saying he was above average.
Yeah,
like he did a job. He played about 3 or 4 different roles today. He was all right. He was all right. I'm not gonna be crashing it on Gravenberch. He's one of the players that doesn't really get crashed on today. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's only because I feel like he done a good job at centre back. But in centre mid, bro, he weren't really doing that much at all.
Yeah,
it was mainly his prime partner. Remember, he gave the ball away a few times. Remember, we were like, Grav, what's that? I'm not saying he was. Listen, remember, I said he wasn't crap today. He wasn't crap. Remember,
I don't remember him giving the ball away.
Yeah, he did it. He did it a few times. I remember.
He coasted a little bit.
Even like the build-up play
a little bit, but I don't know. 5.5 then. 5.5 or 6.
We'll go
I
don't
think he was poor or anything like that.
No, he wasn't poor. I just thought he was just average today. I wouldn't have said he was poor.
What's your rating for him?
I said 5.
Okay, just give him 5.5 then. I mean, people saying that Grav was awful. I think that's going way too far. Like, he wasn't awful.
All right then. What are we saying for his crime partner? I thought his crime partner, that's the same, was a lot better. Not just take away the goal.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go 6.5 for McAllister.
I was gonna go 7 for McAllister.
Is that extra boost up because of the goal?
Yeah, the goal definitely helps. 100%.
I don't think anyone who started the game is a 7.
Bro, McAllister was trying to, because this is what I was saying. You see, in midfield, yeah, McAllister was the only one that was combative, and then he had a lot to do.
Yeah. He was good, but I still don't think he was great. So
no, it wasn't great, but he was good. Like, McAllister was good today. That's what. Here's the thing: when you lose a game and it's hard to to try and find the positives. But just forget the scoreline.
I'm not gonna argue with a 7, but I would have gone 6.5. I won't argue a 7 though.
We're gonna go.
Brilliant goal.
I thought
well took goal. Yeah.
All right, this is where it's gonna get real techie now. because a lot of people say that we pick on this person. Dominic Szoboszlai.
I'm gonna try and be respectful while being disrespectful.
This is going to be interesting.
My rating for Szoboszlai right now is going to be based off me not having that many moments in the game that are coming to mind in terms of like a mistake or something. But what's sad is I can't remember too many mistakes, but I also don't remember him either. So I don't even know how many times he touched the ball today, if I'm being completely honest with you.
34 touches.
Fuck off. How the hell did he get 34 touches? When did he do that?
It's because they weren't useful.
Hold
no,
on.
but
Right,
wait. To put it into
just to give us
perspective.
some- Yeah. Go.
All right, McAllister had 78.
How many
Gravenberch
did Grav have?
93. But you got to remember, Gravenberch moved to centre back, and McAllister, like I said, was in like McAllister's in the battle.
Right, how many touches did Mo have?
I knew he was gonna go there. Mo had 49.
Jesus, Szoboszlai had the least touches out of everyone on the pitch.
His passing accuracy was 79%. He 22 out of 28 passes, he completed 22. In terms of his duels, like Mons would say, 1 ground duel contested and he lost it. 1 aerial duel and he won it. No block shots, no interceptions, no tackles, wasn't dribbled past once, and errors leading to a shot, 1. McAllister, on the other hand.
Let's stop beating around the bush, bro.
Wait. This is I'm gonna put no. For context, McAllister, 11 ground duels contested. He won 5, 3 aerial duels, 1-1. He made 1 clearance. He made 3 tackles and got dribbled past twice. Ryan Gravenberch.
That don't even make it sound like McAllister had a good game.
No, but he got dribbled past twice. But McAllister was more combative there because you look at his tackling. Gravenberch. Now hear this. Well, this is Gravenberch. 10 ground duels and he won 7. 4 aerial duels and 1-1. 1 clearance, 1 block shot, 1 interception, 2 tackles. Got dribbled past none. So Gravenberch statistically had a better game.
Statistically, Gravenberch had the best game out of all of our midfielders, and that was why I gave him a 6. You see, everyone was looking at me sideways.
McAllister did. No, McAllister's got the better statistics, but Gravenberch is second though.
No. From what you just read out, it sounds like Gravenberch had the better game statistically.
No. But McAllister, all right. So
because McAllister only won 5 out of 11 duels. That's less than half.
McAllister won. Yeah, but the hold on, where's Grav?
But didn't you say Gravenberch won more than half of his duels?
No. Grav he won 75% of his ground duels. That's the ground duels, but the aerial duels
was the same. I think
they're the same, but Grav contested 1 more, so the percentage is lower. Okay. Yeah. What's this? Clearances 1 for McAllister, 1 for Gravenberch. You know what? They're kind of the same. Actually, looking at it now, McAllister gets bumped up because of the goal, but it's kind of the same. They're kind of the same.
Gravenberch was all right today. I told you he was all right today.
But that's because I felt like Gravenberch.
But again, you have to contextualize. You do have to contextualize it, and like stats don't mean everything when you.
No, of course I'm saying.
Yeah. I get it. Because statistically, you can look good sometimes, but the eyes were like not impressed. So I get it.
But Szoboszlai, the stats are backing up.
No, Szoboszlai was 1. I'm giving him 1. He was absolutely awful.
Do you know what's so crazy? People think I have an agenda when Drift. You know, I was arguably the person that wanted Szoboszlai Liverpool the most, didn't it? Drift, I'm gonna be real with you. He's flirting around the basement. No, this is gonna sound crazy.
He is floating around.
It's gonna sound crazy.
Performance,
yeah. He didn't make it like an error, but he offered nothing to the game.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said I'm being respectful with my disrespect. I don't remember him doing anything wrong, like a standout moment. But bro, it's because I don't remember him. Full stop.
What did he actually do?
I don't remember him in that game at all.
He was just running.
He was just there.
Bro, he made no jewels. Bro. Remember, listen, chat. I know we don't need to keep doing the stats thing. He contested 1 jewel. Ain't that alarming?
Yeah, of course.
And we always talk about his running. So all that running around, you only contested 1 jewel and you're lost. You made no clearances, no block shots, no interceptions, no tackles. What am I supposed to do here? So he's got to be a 0 or basement.
I think it's a 1. I'm giving him a 1.
All right, he gets out the basement and I think I think you're doing that because he tries hard. You know what I mean?
I think it's very, very disrespectful to his overall performance this league, to just say things like he offers nothing, all he does is run. Like with that might be the case in the last game or so. But Szoboszlai's been very important to us winning the league.
He has, but I
think it's very unfair that people are comparing the last few games to the entire season. Personally, I just think that's looking for people to just attack. We can't just keep it to this game? Because when you make a blanket statement about somebody, you're talking about everything. So I just find it a bit strange that people are crashing on him for the whole season. That's a bit mad.
Yeah, that's mad. Yeah, the whole season's crazy. You can
He's been a good player this season.
For the last couple of games, like Ibu and whatever, but for the whole season, now this is what I'm saying, people go too far. And some people will start saying statements like, no names intended. This person's a bozo. And it's like, come on, bro. Like, he hasn't looked the same. Shut up, Mons. He hasn't looked the same since the injury. I agree. I do agree with Monster. I do agree with that. Ibu hasn't looked the same. But again, like to say he's been a bozo, I disagree. I think up until he got injured, Ibu was like level, in my opinion, with Van Dijk, bro. Ibu was immense. Has been immense this season. Do you know what I mean? But again, it is what it is. All right, then let's move on to.
And I think it can't be just a coincidence that everybody seems to be kind of dropping performances all at the same time. Yeah. This is what happened to us last year, where everyone started to play poor at the same time. It isn't like it's just 1 or 2 letting us down. It's the majority letting us down, which does kind of beg the question, is it mental or physical fatigue? Because if everyone plays poor all at the same time, you have to start asking, is it more than just a bad game? Like, is it, you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I think especially maybe not so much because of the injury, but see with Virgil and Salah, the minutes played are a joke thing. Man said in the chat in 3,800 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Like, make that like 3-5 or something. It's a little bit less. You can see the older players are starting to like they're not coping. Ibu's a different story. I do think since that knee injury, he hasn't looked the same. That's my opinion. But yeah. All right, let's move on to one of the generals, but he hasn't been a general, and that's Salah. What we're saying for Salah drift?
Oh, not good.
What are we saying for Salah? That chance that he had drift. Remember the right foot chance?
Yeah, absolutely ballooned it over the bar.
Yeah. You got at least score that.
Apart from a couple of good back post swinging crosses, he didn't do anything. I'm not.
I thought he was. He goes. All right. Was he better than Sobo in your opinion?
Yeah, he was better than Szoboszlai.
That's what I thought, but that's not saying much.
But I still think he was worse than Virgil and Ibu though. So I'm gonna give him a 2, but poor 2, not awful 2.
Oh, was he better than Virgil and Ibu? Or you saying he wasn't better than Virgil?
He wasn't better than Virgil. I think Ibu and Virgil, even though they were crap probably still just about had a better game than Mo. Because I mean, I can't think of anything Mo did apart from the 2 crosses into the box.
How many times Salah was kind of
Like, I'm really
stingy,
struggling to
man.
think what else he did.
How many times did Salah? Oh my gosh! I
What's
better
that?
not read out this stat, bro, because people might start me being mad. You know,
Go
Salah
on.
lost the ball 19 times, or he lost possession
Jesus.
19 times. No. But Drift, I gotta give you some context. McAllister lost possession 18 times.
Does losing possession include passing and the
This
and
is
the
the
part?
bit that's a bit miss. This is the bit that's a
Because
bit. Yeah.
initially I think it means you've been tackled, but like it might mean you tried to pass and then it went to the opposition.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know what that actually means there.
All right. I'm not too sure, but this is crazy. But I guess Ibu had a stinker. Ibu only lost possession 6 times. Virgil lost possession 12 times.
But again, I don't know whether losing possession means you got tackled or if it means you passed it and your pass
It's
was off.
misleading. Yeah, it's not a clear
it's very
stat, innit?
misleading.
Yeah, no, for real.
Very misleading.
Plus,
So
you could
I
also
don't-
say
yeah.
Virgil played how much longer, so that was maybe bound to happen.
And plus,
anyway,
Virgil
maybe.
trying to do long distance diagonal passes where if it's cut out, then is that considered giving the ball away?
Yeah.
Salah's crossing the ball, and if the cross doesn't go to a Liverpool player, does
You know
that
what?
mean that he's give the ball away?
I'm
like
putting Mo with the gang. Mo can go with the gang. Where he goes as my
He
individual.
goes and
As my
grades on it.
individual, I'll probably say that missed chance. And then like the only thing I remember Mo really doing was some decent crossing. Yeah, it's not good. It's a 3, you know. It's not good.
Yeah, it wasn't
Salah was a
good.
3. Yeah, it's not good, man. It's not good. All right, let's move on to the left wing. Cody.
Five is the absolute highest.
best, isn't it? But really,
But I'm struggling to not put him in the grey area as well. I'm just like
he's either he kind of didn't really do any. You know, when we said Salah
he was the
better
best
at that-
out of the front 3, but that is not hard. You know what I mean? It's like it's not difficult to be the better of the 3. So
I don't remember Cody doing anything. You know, I don't actually. So I remember putting in
it's got to be a
he-
4 through or 5. It's got to
Yeah,
be a 4.
he put in a
I don't
couple-
think there was anything
crosses,
yeah,
but they weren't even. Yeah.
4.
yeah, it's a
4.
bit-
It's got to be a 4.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
got to be a 4.
All right then. Up front, Diogo Jota. Bruv, the big chance
2.
from Jota. Is that just because is that because you're mad at him missing the chance, or is that just that's his overall performance?
No, I just think him and Mo were pretty much the same today.
That's it.
He should have scored that chance he had as well, man. When he tried to finesse it.
Oh no, Salah. Who created that chance? Was it Salah?
No, Diaz.
Someone said, "What, Matt? Zoom in on that list. You ain't gonna need the greens for the above section." Brother, it's true, you know. Hold on, you're right, fam. Hold on, ain't no one will put it there still. So you could just
No, that's not true. That's not true.
bro.
There's
Yeah, I
two
know you're
players.
thinking. Yeah,
There's
but I
two
don't know
players
whether.
that
But I don't know
will
whether
be
they
up
get that high though.
They do.
I
In
don't
my
know,
opinion, they do anyway.
I don't know. There's 2 players. You're right. All right then. Diogo Jota. What did you say it was?
Jota a 2.
Salah created the chance for Jota. Gakpo didn't do it. Salah creates that. Salah did create for Jota still.
Oh yeah, it was Salah, wasn't it?
This
yeah,
is what I mean. Do you know what player range is hard? Salah didn't bury his own chance, but created another chance that wasn't buried by another player. So it's like it's really. This is what player ratings is.
But unfortunately for Salah, because nobody did anything with the one good thing that he did do, it doesn't get away from the fact that everything else was really poor. But they're all in the grey area anyway. This is all if buts maybe semantics.
I wouldn't say Jota was. No, but Jota didn't hold up. No, Jota. No. Do you know why? I just remember Calvin Bassey just looking at.
Oh,
Jota
you think Jota should go in awful? He
might
wasn't
be.
awful, bro. He was
Drift.
poor. He wasn't
All right,
awful.
all right.
I think awful
All right,
might be.
all right, hear me out with this. Other than that strike that he should have scored, what else, in your opinion, did you think Jota done good at? In your opinion,
There isn't anything that stands out, but I just think the first half an hour or so of the match, I think Jota was.
he looked kind of lively in it, but then he
Yeah, he was
faded
lively. He was getting involved
horribly.
because I do remember there being a point in the first half when I said Jota's been all right so far, which is promising. So like he weren't like he was like that. I think awful's too far. I think he's just grey, bro. I think he's just poor. Awful's a bit too far. I don't think he was.
All right. Let me answer chat quickly because I think we slightly different. So quickly, chat. So we don't want to spend too much time on this because we're not trying to keep the show for too long. What we saying, chat? Awful or poor for Jota? Just quickly. Awful or poor for Jota? Don't worry about the actual ratings. Want to put him in either awful or poor? Because me and Drift both think he was bad, but I just think he was awful. Drift thinks he was poor. What we saying, chat? Quickly, awful or poor?
I mean, the way the chat's feeling, this was probably going to be an easy one to predict anyway.
I think they're saying awful, Drift.
Yeah, like I say, it's easy. Yeah, but they're also saying slot out.
Don't try and rile up the fan base again, bro.
No, fair enough. If everyone thinks it was, I think awful's a bit too far, but
I do think Jota was stinky. All right, let's go on to the subs. You know what? We'll go from. All right, I'm gonna do it from right to left. All right, what we say for Chiesa?
5.
Bro, do you know what it is about Chiesa? This is gonna sound weird. Chiesa, even when he was playing, looks like he's not fit because he hasn't played. He doesn't look quick
because he's not match sharp. That's why.
Yeah, he doesn't look quick. He doesn't look.
Not gonna. No. I think he has little. You know what? I think he's I think he's actually a moments magnet. From what I've seen, every time Chiesa comes on, there'll be an opportunity that will arise from him being on the field. He's like a moments magnet, which is what's even more infuriating that he hasn't played more. And I'm not gonna lie, that's what I'm gonna crash on Slot. I'm definitely gonna crash it on Slot for the way he's treated Chiesa. My video for the members is still gonna be dropping for that very soon. I don't like the way he's treated Chiesa. And every single time Chiesa has been given even the slightest bit of minutes, there's been at least 1 or 2 chances that Chiesa's had. And he's even scored 1 or 2 of them. And you look at it and because, bro, do you know what's crazy? Do you know Chiesa has got 2 goals this season? How is that even possible from the amount of minutes that he's actually been given? Like, when you really actually think about it, it's kind of impressive that he's even got 2 goals. Like, in the league, let me actually look at how many minutes Chiesa's been given in the league.
Hold on. Big up Egal in the chat. Egal, let's not do this, broski. Let's not.
Oh my God. What's Egal saying?
Big up Egal. In fact, big up Egal's coming. Big up Egal.
No, but what's he saying?
You guys look so average. It's a shame
God.
we had our injuries this season. It would have been such an easy title for us otherwise.
I'm not going to lie, Egal, my brother. If you want a little bit of advice, please stop talking about the injuries, bro. You've got to stop talking about the injuries, bro.
There's always something in it.
Like, you've got to stop talking about.
Brother, there's always something.
Arsenal just ain't good enough.
It's the referees as well, man.
Yes, it is what it is.
Decisions as well.
Because here's the crazy thing: not one Arsenal fan said anything about Tarkowski's assault on McAllister, but then because there was a dubious decision in their game against Everton, all of a sudden the refs are against them. Where was the refs are against Liverpool when McAllister was assaulted in front of the whole world? Like, come on, man. It is what it is. It is what it is. Anyway,
we'll talk, bro. We'll talk. But big up Agado.
Yeah, big up Egal, but just you got to stop talking about the injuries, bro. You have to stop talking about the injuries. Right, Chiesa.
Yeah, Chiesa.
No, Matt, don't laugh too long, yeah? Chiesa's been given 33 minutes in the league.
That's taking the piss. 33 minutes.
Matt,
you're lying.
No, I promise you. 4 appearances, 33 minutes. That is Slot, man. Overall, he's been given 390 minutes,
bruv.
for the whole season.
That's not
But
even
check this.
one.
No, Matt. But check this.
Yeah,
He's got 4 GA
in 33
How?
minutes.
Chiesa. No, not. But
I was gonna.
in 300 minutes.
I'm gonna say because he's the greatest striker ever, brother. You see the
Bro.
33, the 33 minutes. I'm trying to think. That's not even an episode of Invincible, bro. What's Invincible? About 45 minutes is that?
33 minutes is
An hour.
33 minutes is an episode of Coronation Street. Across the whole season, bruv. Man
said
had one episode of
of Corey.
in the whole.
That's it. One episode, fam.
One episode of Hollyoaks for the whole season.
And even
bruv.
if he done the EastEnders thing, I don't know. And I ain't watched EastEnders for years. That's not even going to the bit where it goes the dun dun dun. It's probably a bit before, like. But that's mad.
That's crazy, bruv. I'm not gonna lie. If you actually think about it, he's played 390 minutes and he's got 4 GA. That's pretty fucking impressive, to be honest with you, bro.
30. I can't get over that. 33 minutes in the league. Yeah. Remember, I get to saying Slot just doesn't rate him. All this talk that he does. Don't listen to Slot when he's talking. Listen to look at what he does. Do you know what man said? Oh, yeah. He plays in Salah's position. So it's a bit hard for him to get minutes, but we know if we need him, he's ready. You're telling me them man, they like Salah's played 3,800 minutes.
I'm not even gonna lie, yeah. If my statistics at the end of the season read 4 GA in 12 appearances, yeah, I would actually be pretty impressed with myself.
You know what? We're gonna put Chiesa in.
Well, not 12 games, Matt, because we know most of
right.
these games are him just getting 2 minutes at the end of the match.
I'm putting him there, 5.5.
12 appearances and
you know
4
why?
GA.
I just feel
That's
like
crazy.
for a player to not lose confidence and to still smile in inside training, I have to respect that.
Yeah.
I have to respect that still.
Yeah.
I just realized something. The 33 minutes is on average of about 3 inside trainings. Do you know how many inside trainings there are in a season when you consider there's Premier League, there's Champions League, there's FA? Bruv, only 3 inside trainings is the amount we've seen Chiesa.
You know what? This is actually mad and true. The physio's been on the pitch.
No, I'm not gonna lie, it's crazy.
The physio's been on the pitch more than Chiesa.
If I'm Chiesa, I'm punching him up. Punching up Slot. I'm punching him up. If I'm Chiesa, I'm going mad. All right, let's move on to the next person. No, let's go Harvey Elliott. I want to leave the 2 best till last. I'm
going to go 7 for Elliott. I thought that was a very good cameo.
100%. I thought Elliott was good as well. I thought he's unlucky.
Actually, 7.5. He got on the ball. He was passing. He was trying to get shots.
But that P
shoot,
the P shooter with the right foot was a bit, but the left foot was cold though.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 7.5. I thought he was getting on the ball, getting involved. He was playing well.
I would have said 7.
Elliott was good. Elliott was good when he came on, man. He definitely got involved.
You know what? I ain't gonna complain with 7.
I think all the subs were good. No, Nunes wasn't really. But out of the 5 subs, 4 out of the 5 subs were good. Nunes, for me, didn't really get... I mean, we might as well just do Nunes.
Do you know what is weirdly about Nunes?
Nunes
he didn't
really
touch the ball.
He didn't get any service to get involved in the game.
The only thing I remember Nunes doing was that he was offside. Remember the offside when the ball was played by Jones and we tried to rectify the move? Do you remember? And then it was offside in the end. But bro, I'll be honest, Darwin Nunes, I hate to say this, yeah. Not even hate to say it. He's playing like he's disinterested. Like I can't explain it to you. You see, like
I just don't think he was good. I just don't think anybody passed the ball to him.
No, but I don't even think he was really harrying defenders as much as say Diaz was. Bro, do you remember without even looking at the stats? I know Diaz made more tackles than Nunes.
No, but Nunes is a striker. It's not about tackles. There was a couple times when I saw Nunes pop the ball off, like the ball fizz, and he'd do a little one touch or whatever. Other than that, I don't really think. Like
his mind, bro, you can see it. Yeah.
Bring up those stats quickly again, bro, and
Yeah.
show me how many touches Nunes had today.
All right, cool. It's like he knows he's going drift or something. Like, and like
I mean,
he's
maybe he
mentally.
does. Maybe he does. I wouldn't be surprised.
Where's Darwin? Hold on. Darwin, where is Darwin? Hold on. All right, Darwin Nunes. Brother, jeepers. Oh, 8 touches.
Because we weren't passing the ball to him. But how many passes? Because I'm sure I do remember him popping the ball off a few times.
Drift, are you ready for this? Remember what I said about the ground jewels? He didn't make it an attempt. That's what he didn't make an attempt.
Yeah, but he's a striker, so it's not. That's not really.
No, but no, when I say it's ground jewels, like you know, like the pressing thing, like that's a like.
No, that wouldn't be considered a ground jewel. Not pressing. That's not a duel, bro. Because the other guy's already got the ball. A duel is more like when
all right,
it's a 50-50.
you're right, a 50-50. But bro, I don't remember him pressing. He just was just there. He didn't do anything.
How many passes did he complete?
He made 8 passes.
8 touches and 8 passes.
It seems that way.
And how many passes were
And he
successful?
complete 5, 63%.
5 passes out of 8. Yeah, he gets a 4.
No clearances. But I'm telling you.
No, but a lot of those stats are defensive, bro. So I'm not.
No. But what I'm trying to say is when we talk about Diaz, I reckon there's gonna be. You'll see what I'm talking about. But I haven't looked Diaz.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
What's going on, Cal?
I've got a literal visual representation of how bad Liverpool were in the first half. Shout out to Bruno, but I don't know if you can see it. It is what you can see.
Horse poo.
It's horse poo. Yeah, horse poo. Literal horse poo. That's what we were in the first half. Second half, we're a lot better.
Make sure while you're looking at the camera, you don't step in that, my brother.
No, I had to just walk away because the stench is different. I'm not going to lie to you. My eyes are watering.
Oh, man.
Absolutely shocking. Yeah, boys. Not ideal, man. Still 10 points clear, but poor, man. Poor. Should have won that game. We could have won that game. I bumped into Iwobi and Calvin Bassey. By the way, Calvin Bassey's a unit, bro. There's no way he's under 25. No way. The guy's a unit. I tried to get him to say something to camera, bro, and he barged me off him like I was a striker. So he weren't having none of it. Iwobi managed to get on camera again. He wouldn't say anything. I think these lot are they're bound by the law, just not say anything.
Yeah.
They
don't want to get in trouble.
Liverpool players got on the coach really quick. Didn't say anything to anyone. But yeah, not ideal, man. Not ideal. What did you guys think of the game?
It was exactly what you just showed us on the ground, bro.
Yeah, and Cal, do you agree with me that Virgil and Ibu were chuckle brothers?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I reckon they must have a bet at the moment about who can be the worst on the pitch and get away with it at the moment. Because that's 2 games in a row now. Really poor. Really, really poor. What can we do, man? Arsenal got points yesterday, which is nice, or else it would have been a 9-point gap, and I think some people would start to get a bit worried. I'm not worried. I still think we'll get over the line. It's just I'd rather us sprint over the line rather than hobble over the line.
Yeah. No, at this point, it looks like the players have checked out though, and they feel like job's already done. That's what it feels like.
If that's the case, then Slot needs to shake it up, and some of these players need to be dropped.
Yeah.
Salah didn't have a good game again today.
Salah was bad, bro.
But he should have had an assist for Jota. Should have had an assist for Jota.
Yeah, I
know. The first half.
And Salah should have scored as well. Yeah.
Oh, right foot chance. What was he thinking, man? And then
use your left foot.
Gakpo didn't look great. Diaz looked really lively when he came on. Took his finish well as well. Elliott looked good when he come on. Soba was non-existent today.
Yep.
Non-existent. I don't know, boys. We're getting over the line, but the cynical side in me is kind of happy this is happening, and the reason I say that is because it gives the board, slot, and everyone around the club a kick up the backside to let them know that this squad's far from perfect, and we need to do stuff in the summer. So hopefully they use this and they don't rest on their laurels and start being silly in the summer, and they go and get the reinforcements we need.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll see. But boys,
Yeah.
I need to go and pick up the kids from 2 in, and I need to go back home, edit and all that stuff. So I'm going to love you guys and leave you people in the comments. Please smash that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel as well. Hopefully got some good content for you guys to come out. So please make sure you subscribe.
Trust me.
Yeah.
Take it
man.
easy, yeah. People speaking about the beard, yeah. People are noticing the beard. All right, cool. Say nothing. Say nothing.
Say that again,
Little
bro.
something new. No, people are noticing the beard. Nothing major. But yeah. That's fine. Who knows? Maybe I might get a second wife. Who knows? You didn't hear that from me, though. You didn't hear that from me. You get me? But big gang. Big up, everyone. Take it easy.
We got.
Oh my days. Yeah, Darwin Drift. I'll be so
Just
honest.
4.
I thought it was awful.
I wouldn't go that far because I think a lot of it wasn't. We didn't involve him in the game, so I wouldn't say awful, but it was poor.
But you know when we say we didn't involve him in a game, sometimes you have to get him. But it's like he's away with the fairies, bro. I'm telling you.
But when you're the striker, a lot of it has to be your service. Like you can't not get good service and then just go, just come back and get involved. He's not that type of player. He's not a bird.
But he wasn't involved in the game whatsoever. I understand creating chances is one thing. I agree. Like, you know, like Jota wasn't really involved, but we created Salah created a chance for him. No one created any chances for Nunes.
Yeah, but he was on the field for over an hour.
But what did Nunes do to make you think that he was just poor, not awful? What did he actually do, in your opinion, other than like, what would you?
Well, there was quite a few times when the ball was passed into him, and he just did like just a neat little layoff to somebody, and then made a spin. Or whatever.
We can't do.
No, but it wasn't like he was giving the ball away and he was like missing chances and being like all over the place. He just didn't get involved like you would like him to, and that's it. Like there wasn't actually a mistake he made, or there wasn't actually anything he did wrong. He just didn't get involved enough. So that's why I don't think you can go in awful. Awful means you have to like really be like, you see, like Soboslai, like there's like 80 minutes and we're like, I don't remember him doing anything for 80 minutes. That's more awful. Like I even think it's harsh that you lot put Jota in awful. I don't even think Jota was awful, but
he's the killer. But he was worse than Jota though.
No, he wasn't. He was on the field for about 1/3 of the time as well. So like, how can he be?
He was on the field for 23 minutes.
20? Come on, bruv. 23 minutes. So that means that Jota was on the field for 70 minutes.
Right.
How are we going to compare 23 minutes to 70 minutes?
Here I'm going to say, in 23 minutes, he still managed to lose or say possession loss. You know the thing already. I don't even know. 3 times.
No, but I kind of remember when those times were. It was when he was trying to make passes because I remember it. I mean, this is neither here nor there. Like, I'm not really that bothered.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's for the Nunes fans, because that's not even aimed at you. There's a lot of Nunes fans in the chat. I think he was awful. If you don't want to put him as
awful's too far, in my opinion. But
I didn't think he offered anything today. Do you know what it is? This was more about his attitude, bro. You know that game when he got called out, but in this game wasn't as bad as that. But bro, there was no like that with Nunes aggression. Charging players down, trying to get. I didn't get nothing from that today, even though it was only 23 minutes. I just felt it's weird. I just felt like he was out of tune. Like,
I think we're spending too long on a guy who's only in the picture 20 minutes. But
all right, let's move on then, if that's the case. And this is what I'm saying about Diaz. The difference is like massive. Take away the goal.
But obviously Diaz is a winger, so he's meant to be involved in the game more. And Diaz came on and was absolutely electric.
But
I thought Diaz was. I'm actually giving Diaz man of the match, and he was only on the field for like 20 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, but here's my thing though. You see how when you're a substitute, you make an impact. It doesn't matter where you play. That's like saying because you're a striker or because one's a winger. It don't matter. That could be a centre back. It don't matter where you play. My point is,
No,
Luis
it
Diaz,
does. It does. When you're a striker, it's different to being a winger. A winger's involved in
bruv,
the
it
game.
doesn't. You're a forward. The forwards are all the same.
No, it's not, bro. Come on, man. Let's not be silly. If you're a striker, you're not involved in the game as much as if you're a winger.
Oh,
Come
you know
on,
what?
man.
It's
Let's
fine.
not do
It's
that.
right, bruv. Bro,
let's
if
not
you're
do
a
that.
striker or a winger, you're there to affect the game in a positive way. Yes or no? Positively, right?
Yeah, of course. But when you're a winger, you get involved in the game more than a striker. Come on, what
You're
we
gonna
doing?
have more touches than the. All right, it's cool. It's cool. It's
Bruv,
fine.
you're just involved in the game more.
It doesn't matter. It's fine. What I'm trying
You're
to
a
say is the
winger.
attitude alone for Diaz was completely different. You know, when Diaz steps onto the pitch, I could tell Diaz wanted to win and get that ball.
Yeah,
I didn't get it from Nunes. I don't understand.
No, but I don't understand why you keep wanting to go back to Nunes. He had a bad game. Like, what would you want to say about it?
Because in the whole like closing down and stuff, I said I saw that from Diaz, but I didn't see that from Nunes.
No, I did see Diaz closing down. He just wasn't doing it as aggressive as he normally does. But he was. They weren't like he was just standing there doing nothing. He just weren't doing it as well as he normally does. But the conversation between it's not even it's about Diaz. I thought Diaz was excellent.
Of course he was.
I thought
Diaz
he was absolutely excellent. I'm gonna give Diaz an 8.5. I thought that was a great cameo from him. I'm even tempted to give him a 9. He came on, he got involved. His passing was brilliant. In fact, I am giving him a 9. His passing, he was spraying some brilliant passes across field. It was a left foot cross that he put in when Salah missed it, which I don't know if Salah should have took a touch or what. But it was a brilliant crossing, left foot as well. Got to the byline once or twice. His goal was wicked, took his goal. I'm going to go 9. I thought he was brilliant. I thought he was man of the match. And that's quite embarrassing for everyone when he was only on the field for like a quarter of the time or a third of the time or whatever. But I thought Diaz was excellent. I'm going to go 9 for Diaz.
Me personally, I thought Diaz was an 8. I wouldn't go 9. I think 9 is a bit too far of a stretch. Was he the best player? Yes, he was. He clearly was. But it wasn't like he put in some generational or really, really amazing performance. But he was very good, though. Do you get what I'm saying? He was good. And he was a lot better.
What more could he have done?
In my opinion.
Yeah.
What more could he have done? There were some times. Here's the thing. Even though we got a goal and he's long, remember you said it was in his passing bag. There was a couple of indecisions when he was on the left and there was an overlap and he was like, I don't know, I'll pass it back. And maybe that's because when he was warming into the game. But he was still our best player, best
that's
attacker.
nitpicking.
But what if those are the standards for a 9?
Yeah, but remember, this is a 9 based on being on the field for 20 minutes. If we played the whole game, then obviously it wouldn't be as high as that.
8
but in
is a good mark,
minutes,
though.
In 20 minutes,
he got a goal and played well. It's 8.
He checked. No, I'm not saying 8 is a bad score. I'm just saying he changed the game, dramatically changed the game. Scored a goal, should have had an assist. His passing was excellent. I don't really know what more he could have done, really, but we'll go 8.5. Then we'll go down the middle.
All right, we'll go 8.5. At least that's fair to say. I think that's a bit fairer. I don't think he was quite a 9, but yeah, I think 9 is too much.
As far as cameos go, that was a brilliant cameo.
Conor Bradley.
I'm going 8.5 for Conor Bradley. I thought Conor Bradley was excellent when he came on.
See, Conor Bradley was very, very good.
Excellent when he came on.
But was he better? Was he better than Luis Diaz?
No, but I would have given Diaz a 9.
But I would have given Conor Bradley.
Based on these ratings, I'll go 8 for Bradley because I don't think he
that's
was.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, because I don't think he was just there.
But he was excellent. Bradley was excellent when he came on. That is what I'm talking about when I say to people, if he can just stay fit, we haven't got to worry about right back in terms of is Bradley good enough? Bradley's more than good enough. He's such a good player.
Here's
just
the problem,
the fitness issues. But he didn't get beaten in any one-on-ones. He defended well. He's running, he's dribbling. He got forward. He was crossing. That assist for the Diaz goal. Yeah, like he was wicked. That is what you Bradley and Diaz, especially, because I think all the substitutes were good apart from Nunes, yeah?
Yeah.
I think Chiesa made an impact to a degree. Elliott definitely made an impact. But Bradley
Yeah.
and Diaz, the way they changed the game, them two especially, when they came on, when them two came on, Liverpool completely gained control of the football match. Totally. As soon as Bradley and Diaz came on. And if we'd have got back in the game, it would have been them two why we got back in the game. 100%.
Facts.
With Elliott, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
for me,
Those three changed the game.
yeah, 100%. Like, without a doubt. And do you want to know what? From that tiny little bit of time that Chiesa got, also lets me know if Chiesa be given about an extra 10 minutes, I think he probably actually gets a goal or an assist, you know. He was like that tiny little cameo when he had two chances.
He did look a
in
little.
tiny
Yeah,
little
I get
cameo.
it. He had that chance. I know. Because he used the right foot. He should have used his left member.
And when he flicked it up to try and volley it, but the defender tackled him. Like, give Chiesa 10 extra minutes, and I think he might have one or two more chances where he could have carved something out as well. So I think the substitutes in general all did well, and they all came on and changed the game. But Diaz and Bradley, head and shoulders above everyone else.
Fully agree.
100%.
My only issue with Bradley is when you said in the sentence, and this is what you worry about footballers, is when you use the word if. Bradley does get injured. So it's if he stays injury free. The problem is Bradley does get injured. That's why it's like, it's a horrible thing to say, but until he proves us otherwise, we've always got to think he's going to get injured at some point.
That's why we have to buy a right back, because we
the
can't
same thing with like Ibu, to be
yeah.
fair. Same thing, Ibu. We always know Ibu's going to get injured at some point in the season. It's weird that I don't really think that with Verge. Like, I never think to myself, Verge going to get injured during the season with like a hamstring or something. There's always something with certain players.
But I get what you mean. Yeah,
there's always something with certain players.
I think a better example would just be Robbo, and I say that because as a fullback, if we're comparing Bradley with a player, use another fullback, right? Robbo has been an absolute general across his Liverpool career, and I can think of so little times when he's been injured. Like, if you think about the fact that Robbo's been here for 7 years, I don't even think Robbo's missed half a season with injury in 7 years.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Like, that is what you call the pillar of consistency in terms of fitness. If you can get Bradley to get that level of fitness, we're absolutely laughing. And Bradley is only 22, right? 23. So maybe his body might mature a bit now. Maybe he's gone through his growing pains and all that. Maybe if he plays week in, week out, his body will get used to it. And then maybe, do you know what I mean? Because remember, he weren't injury prone at Bolton when he played the whole season. He seems to have become injury prone when he's just in and out the team when he's back at Liverpool. So hopefully if he starts playing every week now, then that will kind of go away because his body will get used to it. But yeah, look what a difference a real right back makes, eh? As soon as a real right back comes on, look how different the game was, bro.
Yeah, no, facts. Because Curtis Jones, I mean, yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's not even to attack Jones. Jones ain't a right back. So
no, he's not a right back. Yeah, he's a makeshift right back.
Well, but
yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. He's Bradley's a little special talent. Bradley being at the club is what makes me more calm about Trent leaving. If Trent was leaving and it was like the left back situation where the other player we didn't like it either, or we didn't think was quite good enough either, then I'd be a little panicked. But the fact that Bradley's is there, and hopefully we go and buy a right back as well. But yeah, it just keeps me calm knowing Bradley's there because Bradley's a super talent.
Bradley's a talent. Again, I'm being real. I'm being a bit negative, you could say, but I worry about Bradley's fitness though.
I get the
he's had a few injuries and and again, if you're gonna play week in, week out, it's either gonna be better for you or worse for you. Because some people do play better when they play week in, week out, their body's more in tune. Rather than just playing every now and again.
I think that's what it'll probably be. Yeah.
But for me, only time will tell. Only time will tell with Bradley.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. And hopefully he gets a proper pre-season as well.
Yeah, facts. He needs that. All right, last person then, Arnie Slot. What are we saying for Slot? Slot is an arrogant bloke, someone says in the chat.
I personally, and again, the chat's going to disagree with me, but I'm giving my opinion. I think that Slot can't be blamed for individual mistakes. What I will blame Slot for is the starting lineup. But again, I don't think it was a bad starting lineup. there's just a few things I would have done differently. I'm gonna go 5 for Slot.
All right. So
I think
I'm
his
gonna-
substitutions were all good. They made a positive impact on the game. I know we didn't end up getting a draw, but they did change the game, so he did well in that regard. And again, even though the performance overall wasn't great, I don't think you can really go too ham on Slot for that. Like, if players are being donuts and giving the ball away and doing dumb things, there's only so much blame the manager can get for that. It was 3 individual mistakes, remember? It wasn't tactical. It wasn't the system while we letting goals. It was 3 blunders, 3 bits of poor defending. You can't blame a manager for Robbo passing the ball to Fulham 3 times. You can't blame Slot for Virgil not having his P's and Q's about him and letting Muniz rob the ball from him. You can't blame Slot for Ibu completely missing the header and then Jones passing the ball to a Fulham player in our area. Like, you can't blame Slot for that.
All right, but here's my counter to that. I'm going to give Slot a 4, and I'll tell you why. I understand that he wants to play his strongest team, but he's also got to respect his squad, something that he doesn't do. There's something that the chat calls out quite a lot. Doesn't respect Endo, doesn't respect Chiesa, doesn't respect Tsimikas. Even if Robbo had a good game against Everton, there's no harm in starting Tsimikas in this game. Fresh legs. Someone said in the chat, so Virgil and Salah have had something like 3,800 minutes or something mad like that. Now, I'm not saying rotate Virgil, but it's okay to rotate Salah, you know. It's actually okay. No one's going to die. No one's going to die if you change the midfield and decide to put in Endo, you know what I mean, and not go over 10 or start Harvey Elliott. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Slot don't do that, though. That's the problem. Slot likes to stick to one team because he's strongest team, and then he'll make adjustments if he needs to. And my worry or issue with that is I hope he learns for next season, because next season will be tougher. Others will get stronger. I expect us to get stronger as well. But I just need Slot to just look at the team more, analyze it, and go, yeah, he can't really start today. He's looking a bit tired. So, yeah, can't really run. Can't just run this. I feel like this is the same team almost. I know Curtis Jones is there, but bar Curtis Jones, it's the same team that started against Southampton, if I'm not mistaken, Newcastle, PSG. This game, it just feels like the same team over and over and over and over again. It's like, brother, it's okay. No one's gonna kill you if you make subs. So
No,
right.
yeah. I no,
Been the same team for how many games in a row?
I get it.
Tell a lie. The only change he made was bringing in Gakpo, but you get what I'm trying to say. Like,
yeah,
it's like,
I get it.
Yeah, but yeah, for me, it gets a 4. What did you say, Drift? You said
5.
Oh crap. He gets a 4.5 then. What did you know? We'll just put him in a 5. But he's what he is.
I think a lot of people have got to put a few things in perspective.
I think he's a 4 personally.
Like, let's forget about today and let's just speak in general with Slot. First season in the league, there's going to be things he's going to be learning as he goes on. There are going to be things that he's coming to terms with. There are things that he's going to be looking at and assessing. People didn't think we were going to win the league. People thought that we should be happy with top 4. And Slot has won us the league. If he's making a few wrong decisions, cool. It's going to happen in your first season. I want people to understand he's only been a manager for 5 years as well. So he's still learning period, right? And he's won 2 league titles in 5 years. How is he a bad man? How can you be a bad manager in the first 5 years?
Not a bad manager, but
career, you've won the league twice.
He's not a bad manager. Of course, he's not a bad manager, but I think the reliance on the same 11 players.
I just want everyone to just deep that for a second. He's been a professional manager for 5 years and he's won the league twice.
But what you also can't do though is like overestimate the same starting 11 all the time now.
No, I get that.
That can run you getting in trouble. And it's getting him into trouble now. I think he got away with it, obviously, earlier in the season. Do you know what I mean? But now it's a bit different.
Don't get me wrong. If we bottle this, it's catastrophic beyond,
we can't bottle it from here,
beyond comprehension. But I am a little surprised at how many people keep on saying, Drift, the league isn't won yet. How do you know we're going to win the league? Guys, if we don't win the league with an 11-point lead with 7 games to go, do you understand how we need to fold the whole club? No, the whole club, Matt.
What's this? Say that again, sorry?
If we 11-point lead with 7 games to go, if we don't win the league, we need to fold the club.
I don't know what people are still even talking about this like it's a thing.
Cardboard box, bro.
I can't be talking about it like because you lot are trying to like bring it into existence. We just got to stay
Crazy.
positive, man. Come on, chat. We can't be thinking like that. We got to stay positive.
Crazy, bro. From this moment on, to lose the league, we have to lose 4 out of 7 games to not win the league. We have to lose 4 out of 7. If we lose 4 out of 7 and Arsenal go 100%, fold everything. Fold everything. I ain't got the energy for that, I tell you. Because I'm telling you now, Kop-Ish is getting folded as well. We're done.
I don't know why you lot are talking about it, though. I don't even entertain it. I don't think it's good. And in fact, let me not say too much because if it happens, they'll say that I jinxed it.
If it happens,
I jinxed it. Yeah, Matt, you too. Yeah, Matt, you was arrogant. Yeah, all of that stuff. Big up Lloyd. Big up, gents. Defensive mistakes cost us today. I agree, bro. Fully agree. Defensive mistakes did cost us the game. Absolute shambles. Big up Cyberzone. Lineup stink every week. The football is extremely boring and no clear plan at all. Stinker after stinker. No one likes to hear it, but we will bottle this league in current form. 3 losses in 4.
Yeah, but though 2 of those losses weren't even in the league.
Yeah, I know.
Today's the first time we've lost in the league for 28 games.
Yeah, I know. Big up Herbs, man. The only acceptable loss is when we win the league. Yeah, I hear that. Big up Tron. Back 4, 3 out of 10. They need to stay off the drugs and wake up. Why are we playing the worst version of pet ball, side to side, no creativity? I don't know, bro. Genuinely. What percentage of games 2025 have we played well in?
I take it that's a bit long to try and remember now.
Yeah, I would say the percentage isn't the highest, but it's more about the results, I guess. Do you know what I mean? Big IQ. Laugh aloud. Told y'all we're not winning shit. That's what raw people. I'm not saying nothing. I'm not saying nothing. I'm just gonna let people because everyone's allowed to say what they want to say, innit? Because man, Fulham didn't beat us. We beat ourselves. I agree with that, man. Way too many mistakes when we went 1-0 up is like stop playing. Although we didn't start the game well either. Yeah, something that I said like we need to start doing better. Like a lot of you guys said it in the chat as well. Big up Pat. Is there a pattern where Mo starts with Jota? He plays poorly. Is there?
I don't know. Again, that's something I'd have to actually look up to. No, I don't know.
Big up Lloyd. Can you believe people saying slut out? Rotted.
I can't, bro. I'm shocked.
Big up Jacques. Matt, Grab, Lucho, Elliot, solid, everyone else poor. Yeah, that was about pretty much right there. Big up Kill, 3 losses in 4. We're not allowed to crash out.
No, not on the whole season, bro. Crash out on the moment, not the whole season.
Big up Prince of Zamunda. The chat is full of trolls and rivals. It's weird how much time you guys give to certain idiots who are just here to banter. We move 20 almost here. Indeed, 20 almost here, my bro. You're right.
Remember, we don't speak about them individually, so we're not necessarily giving them time. But you have to address things if it overwhelmingly seems to be a popular opinion. You know what I mean?
It's true. Big up ZZ. Guys, I'm slut out. I've seen enough to know I do not trust him. I love and respect you and the chat, but I've seen enough. 4 tactics, no rotation. I'm not going to lie.
ZZ was putting it on slot during the game as well. I'm very shocked. Shocked.
Same. Big up Fonzie. Chest equals arrogant. No chest equals coward. Crazy.
But there's no in between, isn't
There's
it?
no in between, bruv.
No in between.
No in between. Jay, big up Jay. 1920, we sit 3-0 to Watford. Oh, yeah. Because
Yeah. Everyone has those random games, man.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Big up Husman. No team has won the league, has stayed on top form all season, and there has to be a drop off. Luckily, we are way ahead. It was always bound to crash at some point, innit?
Yeah.
Everyone has a little crash moment.
And it's not even in the league. Everyone keeps on blurring.
We're just lucky
lines.
that it's
We
not
lost
in
the
every
cup
no,
final,
sorry.
and we went out
Not
on
just the league.
penalties to PSG. Yes, that's very disappointing. We wanted to stay in the Champions League and we wanted to win the cup. So I get it. That is disappointing when you think about it like that. But everybody's letting the lines get blurred. We've been winning in the league, and today's the first loss in the league for 28 games. So have a little perspective, because if we're talking about the title, then we should only be talking about the league performances, right? Everyone's really blurring the PSG game and the Newcastle game. But anyway.
We got LFC 786. The boys needed this, to be honest. We'll annoy them. Just win the next 3 to 2 games at home. Easy away game. I'm calm. Big at yourself, bro. We got Lloyd. Smash the likes for the man them. Trust me. Smash the likes, people. Earlier in the show was only on about 200 or something, and it's over there's over 800 people on YouTube. Come on, chat. Smash the likes. We do appreciate it. Come on. Big up. What? Don't know about that name. Guys, I'm slot out. Shut up. We don't care. Okay.
I think he's talking to the people who are saying slot out. I don't, because he's quoting it.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not what he's saying.
Yeah.
He's
saying people that are saying, guys, yeah.
People who are saying slot out, and then he's saying,
I was like, what?
Yeah.
We got John. Not as bad as we're making out to be, guys. Only second loss in the league. It's not a trade smash. Sorry, excuse me. A drifty. We still doing United City game?
No, I haven't got the. I won't be doing that, unfortunately, bro. That game's literally just kicking off now, isn't it? Yeah, unfortunately not, bro. But I will be back on Tuesday. To join me for that one, guys.
No, that game's on. Game kicks off on.
It's on 4:30. Oh shit! Yeah, it must be halfway through it actually.
Yeah, that game kicks off 4:30.
Oh yeah. Shit, yeah, it is.
It's like half time now, isn't it?
Yeah. Second half was already kicked off. Yeah, so still 0-0.
Big LFC
it was going to clash too much with this guy, so it wasn't possible to do the United game. Plus, I'm not going to lie, 15 minutes gone 0-0. I had a feeling it was going to be a ball fest.
Big LFC 786. We need another option at right wing next season. Mo can't play every game again. Maybe we get a 10/ right winger like a Kudus or a Diblin to cover 10 and right wing important. Potentially. We do need another right winger to help Salah, though.
Yeah.
If it's not going to be key.
Well, we've got one, but he won't be used, so we've got to go and get a one he will use.
Yeah. Big up Leon. I watch every episode and never comment, but Robbo is washed. Sobo is mid. Salah should hold bench. De Chiesa do a Zaha. Harvey's a bad boy. Big up Kopish.
Big up Leon. When you say De Chiesa do Zaha, what would that mean? I'm confused. What is a Zaha?
I don't know what the Zaha thing. I don't even know.
Like go to a big club and then go back to the same. Like, as in, do you think he's gonna go back to Juve? Yeah. What do you mean, bro? I'm
not sure. Big up Gang and Deep. Biggest question mark is we can get over the line in a genuine title race if City were their usual self. We bottle it, in my opinion. It's a mentality thing.
No, but I could flip it on you, Gang and Deep, though, and I could say that maybe the complacency is kicked in because there's no challenge, and if there was a challenge, maybe we'd be more motivated. Like you know what I mean? We can't always just go too far one way, because to me, I think a lot of the players now look like they're unmotivated. Like they look to me a little bit like we can plod along and just do enough to just get it done. You know what I mean? Oh, people are saying Zaha moved up Moises' daughter. That's why he wasn't getting played. So what? Are
That's
people
crazy.
Chiesa's got a wife, guys. So I don't think he's moved up Slot's daughter.
That's crazy. I'm sure Zaha had a missus as well, though. So
unless
you know what I mean?
Chiesa's missus is related to Slot, we didn't
Mm.
realize.
Big up Zizi. A title shouldn't blind us to the need for leadership capable of sustaining success. Demanding excellence isn't disloyalty, it's ambition. Hashtag Slot out.
So Zizi, you truly believe a manager who wins the league should be sacked?
But Slot out.
I can't lie. Doesn't that mean everyone should go? There should be 20 teams looking for a new manager then.
As you say, not stubborn refusal to rotate is running our players into the ground. Enjoy the title now. Burnout will cost us everything next season. Hashtag Slot out again. Damn.
I agree that you've got to rotate more. I do agree with that.
Shimron, yo, Slot off for F himself. Just like Klopp did. The players are human beings. You are the manager for a reason. The man them tired, bro. You have to save them from themselves and rotate the bumper clock team.
I'm not gonna lie. Big up Shimron.
Vex.
Shimron's vex, you know. Man said, "Yo!"
Man's writing in caps as well.
Man shouted that whole thing, you know.
Man writing in caps, you know. Shimron, mad. Big up Vitu. Then keep quiet and don't say we're champions yet. Oh my god.
Fuck, you know. All right, guys, we're not gonna win the league.
Ali, Drift, get the Prem table up. Mathematics time. We ain't got time for that, bro. Why people? What's going on with everyone?
I don't know, bro. Apparently now we're not gonna win the league.
We're 11 points clear. What's man doing?
Come on, Ali. Don't get me wrong. I'm definitely someone who understands not going too far with stuff or not getting carried away. I do get that. But guys, you do realize we've got to lose 4 out of 7 and Arsenal have to win all 8. Sorry, all 7. Do Arsenal look like they're playing well enough to win 7 games in a row to you lot?
It's crazy.
No, I'm not saying we're going to win it by a canter. Maybe by the end of the year, by the end of the season, we may only be 3 or 4 points ahead of them. But that's definitely possible. But if Liverpool don't win the league, it is the craziest bottle you've ever seen in your life. And do you guys really believe Liverpool will lose 4 out of 7 and Arsenal will win 7 in 7? Because every time Arsenal drop a point, we get an extra bly. So if they drop a point in any other game, then Liverpool have to lose 5 out of 7. So Arsenal have to be perfect for 7 games and Liverpool have to lose 4 or 5 games. Come on, guys. The mathematics it needs, to think we're not going to win this league is correct. Even I don't have that much PTSD. And trust me, I have a lot of Liverpool PTSD. And even Matt, you agree, right? That is absolutely insane to think that Arsenal's going to win 7 games in a row and Liverpool are going to lose 4 out of 7.
They're strong. They're not in great form as well.
They're playing crap themselves, bro.
As well. I don't understand. I don't know, man.
Crazy, guys. Do you guys really believe we're going to bottle this league?
I'm not getting joined. I'm not entertaining this.
That is nuts.
I'm not entertaining
and I've got mad PTSD, and I'm not
entertaining it. I can't be asked.
Yeah. That's wild.
I can't be I'm not entertaining it.
Not to mention the fact that we do have 4 out of our 3 games at home. So out of our remaining 7 games, Prime, 4 of them are at home.
100. If it was Man City Prime or an Arsenal that were like really like on point, all their
even
players
if it
were
was
back.
Last season's Arsenal, I would be a lot more reluctant. I'll be way more reluctant to have like confidence because for real, I think they won like 20 games in a row last season or something like that. So like, yeah, if it was last season's Arsenal, I'd probably have a bit more reluctance to feel so confident. But I can't lie, guys. We've got to lose 4 games out of 7, and they've got to win 7 out of 7 for them to win the league.
Listen, we have to stay focused, like the person said. I understand losing today is, like I said, I think it's a joke thing. But at the same time, having 2 losses in the Prem season so far, even if you start drawing games, get a win and a draw, you're asking the other team to be perfect as well. Something that you can't bet on Arsenal to be perfect. That's the thing. It's about who your opponent is as well as much as it is about yourself. So I don't know. Man.
We got to make sure that we win against West Ham, though, in our next game. 100%, we got to get back.
Oh, yeah. That's the must win. I mean, every game is a must win, to be fair. Big up, Tekka. Only reason I didn't switch the TV off is because of Bradley. What a player, man. People are worried about the league, have a weak mentality. A guy needs a therapist.
All right, let me just answer Maze's question. I shouldn't. So Maze said, all right, Jeff, let me ask you this. If we win the league, but it's only by a point gap of like 3 or 4 at the end, would you still be completely fine with it? Why? Because we won. Ninja, yes. Because we're champions, bro. And because at the beginning of the season, a 3 or 4 point gap is what I thought it would be. See, so I'm not even calling out Maze, and like I know we got to wrap up. So I don't even want to go too ham and call out Maze. But guys, and I bet Maze is one of them as well. You didn't think we were going to win the league. So because we built up a gap, now the only way you'll be happy is if that gap is extended or stays the same. So now what's the premise behind your excitement? That you have to be super dominant and just winning the league, guys. I will be disappointed if the gap is brought down because it does mean we faltered a bit towards the end.
I don't even care if we win the league and it's goal difference.
Any of my
How about
enjoyment
that?
from being champions.
I didn't think we would win the league. So if I now can win the league by goal difference, I'm talking, but I'll go one step further. We have more freaking home wins or something done where they've never done it before. I don't care. Give me the league.
Exactly. At this point, I don't care if we win the league on fair play for the least yellow cards.
Give me the damn league, man.
Just give me the title, bro.
Scored.
That's it.
We've conceded less. I don't care.
And regardless of what the last few games have been like, Liverpool have head and shoulders been the best team in the league this season. So let's not start this whole everyone's better than us crap. Because if that's the case, then just fold the whole Premier League. We've easily been the best team this season. Anyway, let's wrap up. People, go and have dinner. Go and enjoy yourselves. Pour a drink. Yes, we lost today and it's very disappointing. But this whole Liverpool can't win the league. Slot out. You lot, man. Do better. Honestly, if you're a troll, you've won. I actually give you that. You've won. But if you're a Liverpool fan and you truly believe this, give your head a wobble and just take a nap. It'll feel better in the morning, I promise you. It'll feel better in the morning, I promise you. Slot out, Liverpool can't win the league. Come on, guys.
Big at hers, man. We are 11 points ahead, and the fan base is crashing out. Supposed we were a point ahead.
If we was only 1 point ahead, I think.
No, they said if we 1 point ahead, they would literally say we're not winning the league. That's we're not winning it. They wouldn't even.
No, but if we were only 1 point ahead, I would be worried.
No, but it's not. But the point is not having no faith whatsoever. You can sit there, in my opinion, and say, "I don't know if we're gonna do it," but to just automatically rule us out. How can we be getting where Liverpool is ahead and people are actually proper still worried? I'm not trying to say it's impossible. It's not impossible, but is it probable? Is it probable? Yeah. No. Is it impossible? No. Nothing is impossible, really. But is it probable that's gonna happen? No. I mean, damn.
Scroll back and look at Trudon's comment.
Is it?
Let's wrap this up.
Nah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Let's wrap this up. Big up yourself, people.
Yeah, man.
We'll see you tomorrow for the Monday Night Football. Get your viewers reviewing now. I'm guessing you guys are gonna want to have your say on this. So get your viewers reviewing now as soon as you can, guys. And yeah, man, big up everyone.
Sorry about that, chat. We're out, people. Enough love. Take care. God bless. Tomorrow, people.
Big up. Peace.
Monday night show. We return in better spirits. You know that one.
Hopefully.